Latvia, tucked away in the Baltics, has traditions and facts that will completely change how you see this mysterious nation. The beauty of Latvian women. Latvia has one of the most extreme gender imbalances in all of Europe, and is creating social dynamics that would shock most Western societies. In Latvian cities, women significantly outnumber men, especially in places like Riga and Daugavpils. The country produces more fashion models per capita than almost anywhere else in the world. We're talking about tall figures, pale skin, and those striking light-colored eyes in shades of blue, gray, and green that have captivated visitors for centuries. Think you've got what it takes to charm Latvia's gorgeous women? Drop a yes in the comments if you'd give it a shot. Black Sauna, Latvia's ancient ritual of purification. Deep in Latvian tradition lies a ritual so intense and mysterious that it sounds like something from a fantasy novel. Yet it's still practiced today. It's called the Black Sauna, or Perts, and it's unlike anything you've experienced in modern wellness culture. Forget everything you know about saunas. The Black Sauna gets its name because there's no chimney. Smoke fills the entire room, coating the walls and ceiling with soot, creating this dark, aromatic atmosphere that feels almost otherworldly. But this isn't just about sweating. This is a sacred purification ritual that can last for hours and involves elements that would make most people extremely uncomfortable. The ceremony is guided by a pertnieks, or sauna master, who leads participants through a process that combines extreme heat with traditional folk songs and something that might shock you, gentle whipping with bundles of oak or birch branches to stimulate blood circulation. Local herbs are used for healing, and the entire experience is designed to cleanse not just your body, but your mind and soul. This isn't a casual spa day. The Black Sauna represents the profound spiritual bond between Latvians and nature, and it's considered one of the most intimate cultural experiences you can have. Yet most Latvians won't readily discuss the full details of what happens during these sessions with outsiders, treating it as something sacred that must be experienced rather than explained. Latvia's Enchanted Night of Summer. Every year on June 23rd and 24th, Latvia transforms into something that would be unrecognizable to most Europeans. During Johnny, the country's most important celebration, Latvians abandon their typically reserved nature and embrace traditions that blend ancient pagan rituals with modern revelry in ways that create an almost magical atmosphere. As dusk falls, massive bonfires are lit across the countryside, burning through the shortest night of the year to drive away darkness and evil spirits. But this isn't just a bonfire party. Women wear wildflower garlands to invite luck and love, while men, especially those named Janus, don oak leaf crowns symbolizing strength and honor. The entire night becomes a living fairy tale. People jump over bonfires to banish illness and bad luck. There's a romantic tradition involving the search for a legendary fern flower that supposedly blooms only on this magical night. Couples disappear into forests looking for this mythical bloom, and while everyone knows it doesn't exist, the tradition continues because it represents hope, romance, and the power of belief. But here's the rule that might surprise you. Everyone must stay awake until sunrise to greet the longest day of the year. Sleeping through the night is considered bad luck, and locals believe you'll miss out on the year's vitality if you don't witness the dawn. This creates an atmosphere where an entire nation stays awake together, singing, dancing, and celebrating until the sun rises. If you're passionate about inspiring cultural journeys like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to keep exploring the world's amazing beauty with me. Ventas, Rumba, Europe's widest waterfall and the flying fish phenomenon. Latvia hides a natural phenomenon so spectacular that it seems to defy the laws of physics. Yet most people have never heard of it. In the charming town of Kuldga, the Ventas Rumba waterfall holds the title of Europe's widest natural waterfall, stretching an incredible 249 meters across. But width isn't what makes this place truly magical. During spring and autumn, nature puts on a show that locals call the flying fish phenomenon. Thousands of salmon and vimbabream migrate upstream to spawn, and across the waterfall. They repeatedly leap into the air, Imagine standing there watching countless fish literally flying above the water, making determined jumps again and again in their quest for survival. This creates a moment where the power of nature meets pure poetry. Visitors often describe feeling overwhelmed by the sight of so many creatures defying gravity in their determination to continue their life cycle. It's a reminder that Latvia's natural heritage isn't just beautiful, it's alive and dramatic in ways that most countries can't match. The superstition of the doorway. In Latvian culture, doorways aren't just physical thresholds, they're spiritual boundaries inhabited by ancestral spirits and protective deities. This belief creates a rule that governs daily life: never shake hands or exchange any objects while standing in a doorway. Whether it's money, gifts, or even business cards, Latvians will refuse to complete any transaction while standing on the threshold. Both people must be either fully inside or completely outside before any exchange can happen. Breaking this rule isn't just considered rude, it's believed to bring genuine bad luck to both parties involved. This means that business meetings, social interactions, and even casual encounters are all influenced by this ancient superstition. Modern Latvians, even those who consider themselves progressive, still follow this rule instinctively. This tradition illustrates the way ancient folk beliefs continue to shape modern etiquette in Latvia. It's a perfect example of how the country preserves quiet reverence for unseen boundaries, even in an increasingly secular world. Transportation without trains. When you think of European efficiency, you probably imagine sleek high-speed trains connecting major cities. Latvia will completely shatter that expectation. This country has almost no functioning high-speed rail system, and the trains that do exist are so slow that buses regularly beat them to destinations. Most of Latvia's existing rail lines date back to the Soviet era, running on outdated tracks with trains that feel like time machines. The country once had an impressive network of narrow-gauge railways connecting the countryside. But today, most of those rails are abandoned, swallowed by forests, with rusting locomotives left as ghostly reminders of another era. For everyday Latvians, this means relying on buses and private cars for transportation. Long-distance buses, particularly those run by companies like Lux Express, are actually more modern and comfortable than trains, featuring Wi-Fi, reclining seats, and hot coffee. Within cities, especially Riga, old Soviet trams still clatter along cobblestone streets, creating a unique atmosphere that blends past and present. This transportation reality affects how Latvians live and work, making the country feel more isolated and self-contained than other European nations. It's a reminder that modernization doesn't always follow the same path in every country. Surprised by Latvia's old-school transport system? Type number 1 if you didn't expect that from Europe. The subtle art of eye contact in Latvia. Here's something that will make you completely rethink how you interact with people in Latvia. Eye contact, something most of us take for granted, operates on a completely different set of rules that can make or break your social interactions. Understanding this unspoken code is crucial because getting it wrong can instantly mark you as rude or intrusive. In public spaces, especially on buses, trains, or walking down the street, maintaining direct eye contact with strangers is considered deeply impolite. Latvians value their privacy intensely, and staring or holding someone's gaze too long feels invasive to them. People deliberately keep personal distance and avoid eye contact to respect each other's space. This creates an atmosphere that visitors often misinterpret as coldness or unfriendliness. But here's where it gets confusing. In formal settings or during introductions, the complete opposite is true. A proper Latvian greeting requires a firm handshake accompanied by direct, confident eye contact. Looking away during these moments signals dishonesty or disrespect. Business meetings, first dates, and professional encounters all demand this direct gaze as proof of sincerity and trustworthiness. The challenge for outsiders is reading the situation correctly. The same person who won't make eye contact with you on the street will expect unwavering eye contact during a business handshake. This delicate balance between natural reserve and formal respect creates a communication culture that's uniquely Latvian and often completely misunderstood by visitors. Black Balsam, the dark soul of Latvia. Latvia has created something so potent and mysterious that it's become known as the soul of the nation. Yet most people outside the Baltics have never heard of it. Black balsam is a thick, jet black herbal liqueur that looks like something a witch might brew. And its taste is so intense that it's definitely not for everyone. This isn't just another alcoholic beverage. Black balsam was originally crafted as a herbal remedy believed to cure all ailments. Its secret recipe combines 24 different herbs, roots, and berries infused in vodka. And this formula has been refined over centuries. The result is a drink that embodies the resilience and distinctive identity of Latvia in liquid form. What makes black balsam truly fascinating is how it bridges the gap between medicine and celebration. While it has evolved into a celebrated national spirit enjoyed neat, mixed into cocktails, or even added to coffee for extra depth, it still retains the mystique and potency of an ancient elixir. Many Latvians swear by its healing properties, using it to treat everything from colds to digestive issues. The taste itself is an experience that divides people instantly. It's bitter, complex, and overwhelming, with flavors that seem to change as you drink it. Some describe it as tasting like liquid forest, others compare it to cough medicine, but everyone agrees that it's unlike anything else in the world. For Latvians, drinking black balsam isn't just about alcohol, it's about connecting with their heritage and embracing something uniquely theirs. Basketball, Latvia's second religion. In Latvia, basketball isn't just entertainment. It's a spiritual experience that unites the entire nation in ways that would seem impossible in larger countries. This passion runs so deep that locals often describe basketball as their second religion. And the devotion they show during major tournaments rivals any religious gathering. This obsession has historical roots that make it even more meaningful. Latvia won the very first FIBA Eurobasket Championship in 1935, a victory that remains a source of immense national pride nearly a century later. During the Soviet era, when Latvia's independence was suppressed, Latvian players became key members of the legendary Soviet basketball team, contributing to multiple Olympic and World Cup victories while secretly maintaining their national identity through sport. When the national team plays today, the entire country stops. Streets empty as people gather around televisions. And victories spark massive celebrations with fans flooding squares and waving flags in joyous unity. Latvian supporters are famous throughout Europe for their energy and loyalty, often traveling thousands of kilometers to support their team, creating an atmosphere that intimidates opponents and inspires players. What makes this even more remarkable is how basketball serves as a bridge between generations. Grandparents who lived through Soviet occupation share the same passion as teenagers who've only known independence. The sport becomes a way to express national identity, celebrate freedom, and demonstrate that a small country can compete with anyone when united by common purpose. Are you a basketball fan too? Drop a comment with your favorite team or player. Riga, the Art Nouveau capital of the world. Walking through Riga feels like stepping into a fairy tale, but most visitors don't realize they're experiencing something truly extraordinary. The Latvian capital holds one of the world's largest and most beautiful collections of Art Nouveau architecture, earning UNESCO World Heritage status for its historic center. These aren't just old buildings. They're masterpieces of artistic expression that transform entire neighborhoods into open-air museums. Constructed in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, each structure tells a story through elaborate facades adorned with floral motifs, climbing vines, human faces, and mythical creatures, all intricately carved into the architecture itself. What sets Riga's Art Nouveau apart is its organic quality. Instead of rigid straight lines, these buildings feature graceful curves and flowing forms that make the structures appear alive and in motion. Walking down Alberta Street or Elizabethes Street feels like moving through a dream where buildings breathe and dance around you. The sheer quantity and craftsmanship of these buildings is staggering. Entire city blocks showcase this architectural style, creating a visual experience unlike anything found elsewhere in Europe. While other cities might have a few Art Nouveau examples, Riga has transformed this artistic movement into the defining characteristic of its urban landscape. Yet many visitors walk past these architectural treasures without understanding their significance. The buildings have become so integrated into daily life that even locals sometimes take them for granted, not realizing they're surrounded by one of Europe's greatest artistic achievements. Latvia's forest tradition. Every autumn, something magical happens across Latvia that reveals the deep connection between people and nature. Families abandon their urban routines and head into the forest for mushroom and berry foraging, participating in a tradition that's both practical survival skill and cultural celebration. This isn't casual hiking or nature appreciation. Latvian forests are considered the nation's food banks, and foraging requires traditional knowledge passed down through generations. Knowing which mushrooms are edible versus poisonous can literally mean the difference between life and death. Understanding where to find wild blueberries, cranberries, and other berries requires intimate knowledge of forest ecosystems. The foraging tradition serves multiple purposes that go far beyond gathering food. It's how younger generations connect with nature, learn ancient survival skills, and maintain cultural continuity with their ancestors. The harvest becomes the foundation for homemade dishes and preserved foods that sustain families through winter, making this both a practical and deeply cultural ritual. What makes this tradition particularly special is how it democratizes access to nature's bounty. Regardless of economic status, every Latvian family can participate in this seasonal harvest. The forests belong to everyone, and the knowledge of how to use them safely is considered essential cultural heritage that must be preserved and shared. The sacred rye bread of Latvia. In Latvian culture, rye bread occupies a position that goes far beyond simple nutrition. This dense, whole-grain bread with its complex flavor profile of sour and sweet notes appears at nearly every meal. But its significance extends into spiritual and cultural realms that outsiders rarely understand. Rye bread represents sustainability, gratitude toward the land, and connection to agricultural traditions that have sustained Latvians for centuries. The bread's constant presence on tables isn't just about hunger. It's about maintaining a link to the earth and honoring the cycles of planting, growing, and harvesting that define rural life. But here's where Latvian creativity truly shines. This traditionally savory bread has been transformed into unique desserts that showcase the culture's innovative spirit. Sweet rye bread pudding, made from finely grated crumbs layered with whipped cream and fruit, turns this ancient symbol into a multidimensional culinary experience that feels both refreshingly new and deeply rooted in heritage. The reverence for rye bread also reflects broader Latvian values of resourcefulness and respect for simple, honest ingredients. In a world increasingly dominated by processed foods and artificial flavors, Latvia's devotion to this traditional bread represents a commitment to authenticity and connection to the land. The Latvian flag, one of the oldest in the world. Latvia's national flag carries a history so remarkable that it challenges everything you might think you know about European national symbols. This simple design of two red stripes with a white band in the middle is believed to date back to the 13th century, making it one of the oldest national flags in the world. The symbolism embedded in these colors tells the story of a nation that has endured centuries of occupation, war, and struggle while maintaining its identity. The red represents the blood sacrificed for freedom and independence, while the white symbolizes peace and the enduring hope that has sustained Latvians through their darkest periods. What makes this flag's survival truly remarkable is how it persisted through Soviet occupation, when displaying it could result in imprisonment or worse. Latvians found subtle ways to honor their flag's colors, incorporating red and white into clothing, decorations, and art without explicitly creating the forbidden symbol. This quiet resistance helped preserve national identity during decades of suppression. Today, seeing the Latvian flag flying freely represents not just national pride, but the triumph of cultural persistence over political oppression. It's a reminder that symbols can carry power that transcends governments and borders, maintaining meaning across centuries of change. Latvia, the Wi-Fi paradise of Europe. Here's something that will completely change how you think about technology in Europe. Latvia. This small Baltic nation that many people can't locate on a map has quietly become the Wi-Fi capital of Europe with internet speeds that rival anywhere in the world. In Riga alone, there are over 800 free public Wi-Fi hotspots providing high-quality internet access throughout the city. The combination of widespread connectivity, blazing fast speeds, and incredibly low cost has created an environment that's perfect for tech startups and digital nomads. Yet most of the world remains completely unaware of this technological paradise. This digital infrastructure reflects Latvia's forward-thinking approach to technology and its determination to compete globally despite its small size. The country has invested heavily in fiber optic networks and digital innovation, creating capabilities that surpass much larger and wealthier nations. For visitors, this means being able to stay connected anywhere in the country with internet speeds that often exceed what they have at home. For Latvians, it represents economic opportunity and global connectivity that helps overcome the limitations of geography and population size. Latvian beer culture. Latvia's relationship with beer goes far beyond casual drinking. Representing a cultural phenomenon that defines social life and national identity, with an annual consumption of 78 liters per person. Beer isn't just a beverage, it's a symbol of community, celebration, and the good life. During Latvia's precious summer months, when golden Baltic light lingers in the sky until nearly midnight, beer becomes the centerpiece of social gatherings that can last for hours. This isn't about getting drunk. It's about savoring the brief warm season and connecting with friends and family in a relaxed, unhurried way that reflects deeper Latvian values. The country's beer culture has evolved to include regional varieties and high-quality craft beers that showcase local creativity and pride. Beer festivals become community celebrations where people of all ages gather to enjoy music, food, and the social atmosphere that beer facilitates. What makes Latvian beer culture special is how it balances enjoyment with responsibility. Creating social spaces where beer enhances conversation and connection rather than dominating it. It's a reminder that alcohol can be part of healthy social culture when approached with the right attitude and cultural context. These 15 secrets reveal a Latvia that exists far beyond tourist brochures and travel guides. From ancient rituals that cleanse the soul to modern digital infrastructure that rivals anywhere in the world. This small Baltic nation has preserved traditions while embracing innovation in ways that create a truly unique cultural landscape. What makes these facts truly mind-blowing isn't just their individual fascination, but how they combine to create a society that balances ancient wisdom with modern progress. Latvia has managed to maintain its cultural identity through centuries of occupation and change. Emerging as a nation that honors its past while building its future, the taboos and secrets we've explored today aren't just interesting curiosities. They're windows into a way of life that prioritizes authenticity, community, and connection to both nature and heritage, in a world that often feels increasingly homogenized. Latvia stands as proof that small nations can maintain distinctive cultures that enrich our global community. Which of these Latvian secrets surprised you the most? Have you ever experienced anything similar in your own culture? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if there are other hidden European cultures you'd like me to explore. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating cultural secrets. And I'll see you in the next video where we'll uncover another country's best-kept mysteries.